Okay, hey everyone. Andrew here, back with another card chat. It seems this is becoming a thing. I'm curious if you like the card chats or not. Let me know. Anyway, the topic is along the lines of people say the letter dichotomies aren't that useful. It's like, no, it's not that simple. Letter dichotomies, blah, 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 blah. That is true. However, things are nuanced and it's often more complex than just what you say. The dichotomies do have use. How do they have use? That's a great question. So just look at it this way. Look at the INTP as an example. The middle two letters are what I want to really focus on here. NT. What does that tell you? It means their first two functions are going to be NT. So in the case of the INTP, it's thinking, then intuition. Same with the INTJ, it is intuition, then thinking. And that's what the P and J tells you, but that's not what I want to talk about right here. And if you look at the SFJs, SF, sensing, feeling. And by definition, I mean, it's too difficult for your brain to try to process all these little details constantly when you're out and about in public. I mean, what are you doing with this stuff? You're trying to understand yourself, you're trying to understand other people. And I think what's really important is knowing what to actually do with it. So it's like, for example, I go to the store and I meet some person and it turns out he's an INTJ. Well, if I know that, I know things about him that will help me to interact with him in a way that's more coherent and naturally lets us get along. Whereas if I were to interact with him as if he's like an ISFJ, it's a whole different thing. And if I try to interact with an INTJ as if they're ISFJ, it's not going to go as well. And people say be yourself. I mean, that is true. But what is being yourself? It's following what your functions would want to do, right? So being yourself, in my case, would be, trying to interact with someone in the way that makes the most sense, that helps us understand each other the best. That's literally what you're doing when you're using typology. And anyway, the point I want to get at is, if someone is a thinker and an intuitive, they're going to naturally be not as good at feeling and sensing. And this doesn't matter like what your exact functions are. If you're good at thinking and intuition, you're going to be bad at sensing and feeling. Which one's the demon, which one's the trickster, I don't know, but they're both going to be weak. And so on and so forth. If you're an ST type, you're going to be pretty good at sensing and thinking, but you're not going to be good at intuition, seeing the future, or feeling, knowing how to judge things based on their importance or the values of things as opposed to just what's true and effective. And there's this yin and yang to it, and that's just how it works, every single type, regardless of what their exact function stack is. Function stacks, yes, they give you more details, but generally if I meet someone out on the street, it turns out they're an NT type, that tells me enough about them that I can just kind of know, like, it's how do you make decisions on the spot with people, whether you're building a business, working in a team on a film shoot even, if you are meeting someone in customer service, if you're meeting with a client in your business, all sorts of things. It's just useful in all sorts of situations. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you like the card chats or not. I can do better quality production. It just takes me a lot longer to do better quality. But yeah, just whatever you think.